Hola chicos, hello Leute, episode 2, welcome back. So if you haven't watched episode 1 of this playthrough of the first tree, then I'm going to link it in the description. You can also find it in the channel. So let's get into it. In the first episode we learned a little bit about the relationship between the narrator, who I think is called Joseph, and his dad. We're on some sort of emotional journey here. This is a dream that the narrator's having. Somehow what's happening in a dream links to what he's feeling in real life, but we don't know why yet. So I guess we're going to carry on with the journey. We're going to discover. And I think we finished the last episode here. There's something we need to dig up, and then we're going to get straight into a narrative cutscene. I assume.
My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
See, I got an achievement there. I even said in the last episode, so I haven't worked out yet. I haven't worked out why we're really collecting these stars. I did say maybe we get an achievement from it, which we did for 50. By the way, I wanted to say this shot here, or coming through this wood here, really nice. The glow of the stars against the darker atmosphere of being in the woods. I really liked it. And here, look at that. You have the two hills on either side, and the mountains in the background, the color contrast, the sun in the middle. The music is at a high point. I think this is really good from an environment, level design, feel perspective. I'm just trying to work out where we go next. So this is the tree with his name carved on it. I assume we can't go through here, but my assumption is we need to somehow get this out of the way. I think this is preventing us from going where we need to go. That's my assumption, that we want to go through there. Something's got to get that down. I think I saw something up on the hill over here. So let's go this way. It's a fishing rod. More and more stuff from the narrator's real life we're finding in this dream world, which is really nice. We're seeing the blend between, or the blur between reality and dream crossing. So I don't know if we've been this way, maybe. I think the rock up ahead is what we jumped up earlier. What we've learnt so far is, okay, we've got some more collectibles here. What we've learnt so far is butterflies will get us into higher locations, so it's possible that we need to find some more butterflies. Just see if this... I don't think this is necessarily leading us to anything. But maybe. I think this is. Yeah, look at that. Lots of collectibles around here. Okay, is that supposed to take us anything? I think that's just to make it a bit harder for the player, I don't think. Anything around here? See something there. We're supposed to go up here maybe? See more things down there. Saw something down here. Oh, this is the third one. There we go. Activate all the obsidian rocks and unlock the way. Do you think we unlocked... I heard something. I wonder if those trees have now gone. That's my suspicion. Unlock the way. I think that's it, you know. I think we just go back. Very simple, but involving, it's not the right word. It's a very simple game loop, but I like it. Find the memories on the map, and it advances the storyline. I'm still not sure what these are about. These stars, apart from the achievements, but it maybe we find out in a bit. And also, like, what happens if I miss some? I mean, I could keep exploring that area. I think I came from this way, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure. So whilst we're going over there, this is going to be one of quite some Let's Play series that I'm going to do on this channel. I've got a few games already in mind. I think I'm almost exclusively sticking to indie since, you know, I'm an indie game developer trying to, you know, make some indie games myself, get my ideas into games. So we're going to concentrate on indie games, both successful and less successful. We're going to analyze what we like about them, what we don't like about them. We're going to get inspiration from them. From the courses I've done so far, like I said, this is a very good way to learn. And one thing I've read and one thing I've heard is that game developers... Wait, what does this signify? Why have we got a gravestone here? I think that's going to be important. So yeah, one thing I've watched and heard and read is that game developers, you know, they don't really have time to play games, and when they do, they feel like actually they could be just working on their own game, and I totally get that. Look, it is down. That makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I've been playing games less since I started developing games, and when I do play games, I've often thought, well, I could just be working on my own and I prefer it. But I think it's good not to lose touch with playing games. I imagine what's got most of us into game developing. And, you know, a lot of the courses and YouTube videos I've watched say, you know, play games, play new indie games, play successful indie games, take inspiration and learn why were you attracted to playing that game, why weren't you necessarily attracted to playing another game, what works, doesn't work. So we've got a list of games that we're going to play, but if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. If you have any games that you want me to play, then that is something I plan to do as well on this channel, to play, you know, play games in development, play games that are just out by you guys. So do let me know. So look, it did open. Now I've got a little bit of a puzzle. Let's not get stuck. And also let me know if you guys have played this game. Obviously it's not a new game by any means. I've had it on my PC for a while. That goes back to what I was saying. I've had it on the PC for a while, but especially since getting into developing my games, learning about game dev, I've not had any, or I've not dedicated any time to playing. So this has been sitting on my computer. I did play it for a little bit on the Mac, but it didn't run so well.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Okay, so the gravestone, where did that monster just go? Whoa, I'm slipping down. What's going on? That gravestone was for the dad. I did suspect. Look at that. That's a really good screenshot for a capsule for... I missed all of these, did absolutely terribly. But running down this hill just gives you a moment to reflect, which is what I like in games. Just for a moment, nothing to collect, no memories to find, just running. I'm just letting the music play here. And this is a very, very atmospheric game, so it's difficult. I don't want to talk, I don't want to interrupt the atmosphere too much, but of course, can't just not talk. I've got a memory here. We've got the same colour palette, but it definitely feels moodier, the environment.
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
I don't know if I said this, or if I thought it, maybe I said it in the previous episode, but the narrator is the designer of the game, David Wheeler. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he does a very good, in my opinion, a very good beginner game development course. He has a how to make a game in 7 days. And he concentrates on making games if you don't know how to code. So for those who maybe don't know coding, don't be put off. He does a very good course series. And he has some videos on his YouTube channel. Wow.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
This is, wow, this is an amazing level. I mean, just look, before we go into this, just look at the fox in contrast to everything else.
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood.
It's the paper cranes.
What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself. I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse. And at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat.
Wow.
I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you. You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
Okay, it's the family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
Wow, I really like that storytelling. I guess we go up here. It's how it led to all the family of animals here. Very clever. And again, I really like the mix between, the developer saying, feel free to explore at times, but at other times like this saying, this is the way you need to go, without feeling too forced. So we'll get to the top of this hill, and then soon enough, we'll call it a day on episode 2 already. It went quick. That last level was really good. I would love to be able to replicate something like that in my game. I have some ideas for, I'm already developing some games, but what I'm doing right now is I'm concentrating on just basically recording what I'm learning in a game process. I'm not planning on making my dream game, quote unquote, what people say is the dream game. Basically, I'm just creating some mini games right now, 10-15 minutes in length, that allow me to put into practice what I'm learning. And I want to take the process from beginning to end, so from idea right through to publishing either on itch.io or Steam or Google Play Store. I would like to do these in 3 different games, just so I can learn the process from A to Z, without trying to make a quote unquote dream game. So you can follow me on my, the mini games that I'm doing on my website, nightcraftgames.com, and also on socials, Facebook and Twitter at the moment.
The fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
So it seems like we're entering the last part of the game, because Joseph just said that the valley here leads down to the first tree. So, because we're on a new level, we're going to finish it there. I think this is a good time to finish. And then we'll be back very soon with another episode. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed watching this this playthrough of episode 2. please do consider hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and turning notifications on so you know when the next episode is live. And yeah, apart from that, hope you have a great rest of your day, guys, and see you all in the next one.